Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Revive, Rev and Ride. If you've watched some previous episodes, you've probably seen this one in the background. You may or may not know exactly what it is. It is a 1955 BSA BM33. I got it off of one of my father's friends. He's had it for 50 years-ish. I've still got the original logbook from him. Yeah, he's had it a very, very long time. He allowed me to take ownership of her and sort of bring her back to life. She's been sat, not outside, but outside under a tarp, under a cover sort of thing, for a good few years now. So she was looking a little bit sorry for herself, and yeah, he's given me the opportunity to bring her back to life. Yeah, so where do I begin? I've done quite a few bits to her. There's a few bits still to go. I won't bore you too much with what I've done. It's just sort of tying her up, getting her going mainly. But yeah, I finally, took a little while, but I finally got the paintwork back, and oh yeah, she is looking spiffing. I can't wait to actually get her finished up and on the road. So yeah, first jobs first, I'm going to get the fuel tank sort of put back together, all the taps back in, and yeah, get that side of things. And then I've got the oil tank, chain guard, what else I've got to do, wire up the rear light, give the rear mudguard a polish. That came pretty raw. And then yeah, I think that's about it really. I think I've got one screw on the gearbox here. You can see if it focuses, there we go. Yeah, I've got one screw on the back of it that isn't great. If I remember rightly, I think the threads are gone a bit, so I might have to put a little helicoil in there, get that sorted. And yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get things prepped, get you on a time lapse, bring you along for the ride, and yeah, let's get her done. So guys, what you saw me doing there was installing the battery. I've run a dead system, a kamikaze system if you like, on this bike. Because it's got no charging system, there's going to be very little demand on the battery itself. Daytime running is literally just going to be a rear brake light. So charge it each day when I use it, should last. We'll see how we go. I'm not 100% sure how long it will last, especially when you start using lights, but it's there as a backup system. But again, like I said, I didn't want it hidden on the bike. I didn't want it on display, so I wanted it hidden. So yeah, I found a little spot underneath the tank in the tunnel, hidden up here. Was just going to sort of fly lead the leads out so I can actually charge it fairly easily, but the wiring that came on the battery was absolutely shocking and just disintegrated as I touched it. I don't know if you picked it up on the time lapse, but the negative, literally, I trimmed it all the way back to the soldered terminal. So what I've done, instead of trying to faff about that, I've just soldered directly onto the batteries, to be honest. Put the cap back on, tape her up, and it should be a better connection, and it's certainly better wires than what was on there. Yeah, so now I've got that done, I'll go ahead, get the actual tank on, and get that side of things all plumbed in. Back to the time lapse. Okay guys, there we go. Tank is bolted on, filled with fuel, ready to go. I've just got the the tank emblems and knee pads. I don't know if you can see the screw holes there. So I've got a little idea for the emblems. So these are the original ones. Now I just don't think, well, one's discoloured massively anyway, but I don't think they would suit the look of the bike, the colouring. So what I was going to do, I bought some new ones, some pattern ones as it were. And I think I want to go for the original depending on how they come out. But what I did is, you see they're sort of quite a darker red, so I'll put a windscreen tint over them, which come out pretty good. There was a few little bits around the edges, not bad for a first try, but I'm going to get some more that's coming today. I'm going to stick them over the original badges and see how they come out. I'm trying to keep it as original as possible. They really aren't in bad nick, except obviously this one's discoloured, but it's not the end of the world sort of thing. So yeah, I'm going to give them a cover, see how they go, and go from there. The other thing is the knee pads go on the tank. As you can see, these are the old ones, and they're not horrendous condition, but this one especially is not great. But this side isn't too bad at all. If they were both the same, I'd give them a really good clean up and reuse them. Now I did get some new ones. Here we go. But the worry is they don't come with holes. They've got sort of markings on the back, but there's no pre-drilled holes, so I'm going to have to be right careful and actually do it. Hang on a sec. Is that a metal plate? It is a metal plate. I didn't realise that. It's got a metal sort of plate insert. I did not realise that. So if I pop that, that's making more sense. If I pop that inside these knee pads, that will give me my perfect hole to drill. And also what I was worried about is when you drill through, is having enough sort of countersunk, if you like, for the actual screws to hold on to something. But that has changed the game. Love it. All right, let me get that sorted and I will be back in a second. First one done. Nice and easy, straightforward on the bike. I'm not going to say necessarily sort of complements the bike as it stands at the minute, but hopefully when it's all finished it will just sort of add part of the charm, part of the sort of, not antique, I think that's the wrong word, but the old schoolness of it. Different way of doing things back then. And yeah, so here's the old one. As you can see, I pretty much had to destroy the edges, give it a little clean up, the metal plate on the old wire wheel. Yeah, seen better days, but now we've got the other one to do. See you in a sec. Okay guys, what can I say? This one really did not want to come off. It was a lot harder than the other one. Don't know what it'd been stuck on with, but it was on there, put it that way. It'd been put on a long time ago, and yeah, had truly cured whatever it was. So yeah, left a lot of residue on the plate itself, so I had to get it on the wire wheel, get that all cleaned off, and the absolute stink in the workshop now. Smells like stock car racing on a Saturday night. The smell of burning tyres, oh, it's getting right up my nose. But the good news is, it is on and looking good. So I've got the one on the right, ooh la la, and the one on the left, a double ooh la la. And yeah, just another step closer to getting her on the road where she belongs. Okay, next piece to go on is the Carburetor trumpet. Now, the guy I bought this off, Ish, one of my dad's old friends. I've known him my whole life, since I was a little wee baby. When I got this bike off him, well, his name's Ish, and he said a lot of the bits had been Ishified, which, to be honest, when I was working on my dad's Triumph, when I was getting that resurrected, my dad's nickname was Peck, and a lot of them things had been peckified, so I'm well used to it by now. But he made me promise that this would remain. I wouldn't change this out for another part. Don't know too much about the history, but I do know it used to be a flower vase, and he's repurposed it, remade it into a trumpet. Now, it was painted on the inside here in the original colours that, again, I've got a picture of it somewhere, so I'll dig them out and put the picture of what it used to look like like the bike when I first got it, and I think I might even have a picture of it from many moons ago, and I've sort of made it look more like it used to than it did when it came into my ownership, as it were. But yeah, it was painted the same colour as the bike. It had this very BSA red to it. I thought I'd keep in the tradition and do a little accent part the same as the tank, as you can see. But the painter, obviously, it's not the easiest part to paint, so he wasn't able to lacquer it. And I think it just needs a little bit of sort of finishing off, cleaning up. I'm going to clean the outside now and see how she comes up. So yeah, I thought I'd just give you a little bit of ishery from this. Yeah, there's a few more bits we'll go through on a bit later, especially on the primary case. Wait till you see it. But yeah, I'm going to get it cleaned up and get her on. Not perfect, but the bike is 70 years old this year, so I've in this resto, if you like, I've not gone for absolute mint showroom. It's going to be a used bike, 70 years old. She's going to be mechanically 100%, and she's going to be a very pretty bike, but in the same way that, well, to be fair, I was going to say same way that a 70-year-old Nan would be pretty, but I think this will be nicer personally. But yeah, that's the trumpet on. What I used to actually clean it is... my mind's gone blank, I can't remember what it's called. I'll put it in the description. I'll do a little flash up, whatever, of what that is. Just with a bit of WD-40. Give it a good clean up sort of thing, get all the rough spots, get it sort of dulled down, as it were, and then to bring the shine back, I've just used some of Mother's mag and aluminium polish, just on a bit of cloth. Give her a polish up. Again, it's literally taken me 5 minutes to get it done and on the bike, so yeah, it doesn't take much to clean it up. But yeah, it's now, oh god knows, me missus is probably going to kill me, 8:30 on a Sunday evening. So give you one last little flash of the bike. I'm going to call it an evening, and yeah, say ciao for now. See you on the next episode.